मन्मना भव मद्भक्तः मध्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामे वैष्यसि सत्यं ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोऽसि मे सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः इदं ते न तपस्काय न भक्ताय कदाचन न च शुश्रूषवे वाच्यम् न च मां योऽभ्यसूयति य इमं परमं गुह्यम् मद्भक्तेष्वभिधास्यति भक्तिं मयि परां कृत्वा मामे वैष्यत्य संशयः न च तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमः भविता न च मे तस्मात् अन्यः प्रियतरो भुवि. So, manmana bhava. I have explained this word in the previous class. I explained manmana, to think of Bhagavan means to think of him correctly, to entertain the right definition of God, rather than imagining him in so many ways. I have to think, if Bhagavan is there, he cannot be another individual, another object. I may worship God in a given object, but he cannot be a given object. I may salute my country in the form of a flag, national flag, but the national flag cannot be the nation. I can invoke, I can see my country in the form of a flag, but the flag itself cannot be the country. That's a piece of cloth. In the same manner, Bhagavan, I can worship him in this form, in that form, in every form. Every form is a part of creation. I don't have to be selective about any form. All forms are divine. All forms, like all waves, are watery waves. There is no wave which is unwatery, non-watery. All bubbles in the ocean are watery. All waves are watery. Similarly, all forms are divine because they are all made of divinity. Parameshwaran. Therefore, think of God as the very essence of every form. He is not one of the details of creation. Truth is not one of the details of the creation. Truth is the source of all the details of the creation. This is the right definition. The infinite The infinite cannot exclude anything. Be a little logical in your thinking. If you are a bit logical in your being religious, religion can bless you. You have to be a little logical. Even in your interactions, be a little logical. Rather than being simply mechanical, conventional. Be a little logical. If I want them, if I don't want them to be rude to me, I should not also be rude to them. This is simple logic. I don't want my sister-in-law to be rude to me, so I should also not be rude. Some logical, thoda sa. It can make you, logic can make you a better person. Logic can make any person a reasonable person, easy to live with. But similarly, religion also, if you don't want to lose interest in religion, then look at religion with your logical mind. God cannot be finite. If it is infinite, you should not exclude anything. If He doesn't exclude anything, then He includes the world and my body and my mind. Everything is rooted in Him. So instead of thinking of God as present at a given point in space, idhar hai, udhar hai, instead of thinking of God as present at a given point in space, think of the whole creation as rooted in divine God. God is where the space is rooted. God is not rooted in space. Space is rooted in God. This thinking is great, Ji. Then you will love to be religious, you will love to be spiritual because you are being logical. So, and then if you entertain logical thinking, and it will comfort you. Your own logical thinking will comfort you. Therefore, when Bhagavan says man mana bhava, it means only think of me correctly. Think of me correctly. Don't think of me in an ubad-khabad manner. We say sahasra sirsha purusha, sahasraksha sahasrapad, sabhumem vishvato vritva, atyatishthad dashangulam, it is said. Bhagavan doesn't have one head or two heads or 10 heads, or I say in every head the one who abides is the divinity. The same truth was there in Rama's head as well as Ravana's head. The difference is only in thinking, but what is present is the same. In every wave the same water, the same oceanic water is there in every wave. But both the two waves may think differently. One may think in a western way and another wave may. The Pacific wave thinks in a Pacific manner. Atlantic wave thinks in an Atlantic manner. And the Indian Ocean wave thinks in an Indian way. But doesn't mean, just because thinkings are different doesn't mean they are made of different substances. Thinking is a sanskara. You can always mold your thinking, but you can't mold your substance. The substance is the same. A wave can't mold its substance. It remains water. It can mold its thinking. It can't mold its. Neither can it mold its substance, nor can it manipulate its substance. When it comes to what we are made of, fundamentally, we are all made of the same truth. Thus, when you think of God, don't think of Him as one of the details. He is the substance of all the details. He is the substance of all minds. You will become peaceful, I am telling you. It's then a lot of things disappear from your mind. A lot of likes and dislikes, enmities. Suddenly your sister-in-law starts looking not so bad. Is it not? Your sister-in-law suddenly looks like, itna kharab to nahi hai. That's great. It is, so if you can live with your sister-in-law, it is Adha Moksha. It is called a half a liberation. Yes. If you can live happily with your family members, it is half moksha. I mean, if you can be happy at home, you are happy at heart. I am telling you. Most of the time we spend at home. And at home we have to be happy and peaceful. People all the time leave home and then make rounds in the city, polluting the atmosphere, so much of expense, unnecessary, even though it runs the business all right, but then a lot of boredom. Why you can't stay at home? Because you don't want to stay with others. You like your company of your friends, not your family people. Make your family members your friends. Therefore, the more you think of God correctly, the more you will be peaceful. The result is not later on, the result is right away, now. Right thinking about truth gives you mental peace right away. Right education about Bhagavan. That is why here Bhagavan says, Man mana bhava. Learn to think of God correctly. You can worship Him in any form, but understand He is the substance of all forms. If God is not exclusive of anything, if He doesn't exclude anything, then He is there in every mind. He is there intimate to me, then He is intimate. What is exclusive can be distant. What is all-inclusive has to be intimate. This logic also you have to follow. What is inclusive of my mind, what is inclusive of my body, my mind, my sukham, my dukkham, my whole life cannot be distant from me. It is intimate. Like the oceanic water that is inclusive of all waves is intimate to the wave. Man mana bhava. Then Bhagavan says, Mad bhaktaha. Become my bhakta, devotee. You see, everybody is a bhakta of somebody. If you instead of becoming a bhakta of this person and that joker and this joker, it is better to become a bhakta of Bhagavan. Because Bhagavan is just a theological term. It means the truth, your own inner being. If Bhagavan is intimate, I don't have to go anywhere to understand Him. I have to look within, that is, the peaceful aspect of your being is Bhagavan. The noisy aspect of your being, the noisy aspect of your mind makes you an individual. I have to use some language. Not that your being has two aspects. The natural state of, the natural phase of being peaceful is Bhagavan. The serene phase of your being is Bhagavan, which is natural to you. Whereas the created noise makes you look a noisy individual. It's a noisy individual. It's a noisy person. The mind is full of noise. And even though one lives with great attachments this whole life till 100 years, but one day he has to leave, And live with Live with great interest your life, but with the knowledge that one day it has to come to an end. Don't be frightened to think that. Don't try to escape from the realities. The more you brave the truth, the more you are brave. That is, braving the truth is bravery. Brave the truth. I have to live my life. I have to enjoy. I have money. I have people. I have children, grandchildren. A great parivara is there. Every day is a day of festivity. Every day is Tyaohar. Every day is Tyaohar. Every day is Diwali. Even this morning the crackers were going on. What is it due to? Haji? Chhat Puja. Some Puja ji. So some crackers go on. See, there is so much of anandam in life. If you have a little flexible mind, there is so much of anandam. But understand, this empirical bliss has to come to an end. And I don't know next life where I will manifest. I may manifest in a slum where I can't get so much of anandam. Nobody knows. I enter the realm of uncertainty. But here, I would like you to understand, I can't choose my life. But my actions, my karma chooses my future. It is so true. How the day will be tomorrow, how the tomorrow the day will be, I can't choose. I want it to be fine morning. We don't know. I want it to be a very nice day. People wish you a good day. But still, you can only wish, but you can't choose. You can hope, but not choose. You can't dictate. And therefore, then what is it that dictates tomorrow? Today's action. What I do today will dictate or will determine the quality of tomorrow. Or what I do in this life will dictate the quality of next life. Not my choice, but my karma. Therefore, choice is illogical. If I can choose the quality of today or tomorrow, then I would choose the best day. At least I would choose some drizzle and all pollution gone. And I would choose a lot of flowers in our park, birds, no crows. I can be very choosy about the kind of birds also. So many things, but is it possible? If everything can happen as per your choice, then there is no game in life. Then there is no life really. Then there is no life. The struggle is the essence of life. The struggle is the essence of life. I have to struggle. And therefore, this life is non-eternal. Next life, which will be dictated by my karma, will be non-eternal. Every life will come to an end. Ultimately, the eternal is only Bhagavan. I cannot relax in any life. I have to quit it. How true, see. You can't relax. You have to quit it. And the preparations begin right from the year 50. 50th birthday comes, then the packing begins. No? The packing begins, right from that. Then there is what is it called? Stent. You put the stent. The first stent is the first call. And a few more stents, it's all over, I mean, it should be looked at very, very seriously, not with a morose feeling, but you have to see the reality. That is true. Let me make today a happy day for myself. Tomorrow I don't know. Let me live cheerfully, peacefully and usefully today. Tomorrow I don't know. Therefore, I can't really relax in any life for eternity. I have to quit it. The only destination is the truth. The peaceful phase of our being, that is divinity. Divinity can't be greater than our own peace. I mean, even if divinity comes on a platter and if it doesn't give me Shanti, peace, what is it for me? What do I do with that divinity? Therefore, I can't value anything more than inner peace. It is not possible for anybody to value anything greater than inner peace. And that inner peace is what we call divinity, is what we call the truth, is what we call Parameshwara, and therefore it has to be discovered slowly. I have to, instead of, just as we so consistently think of the objects, in life one can also spend some time looking at one's existence. I can have a balance between thinking of the objects for survival, thinking of duties for survival, and also thinking of my nature. This is the real balance. The balance is not between object and object. The balance is between object and subject. The balance is not between coffee and tea. The balance is not just only in food. The real balance in life is, I don't neglect myself for the sake of the material wealth, nor do I neglect material wealth. Because I need material wealth for survival. I need to understand myself for inner peace. I need truth plus the creation. I need God's creation, I need God also. I need God's creation for living. I need God for inner peace. Thus, seeing the value of both the creation and its source, seeing the value of both God's creation and God is devotion to God. When you value it as your destination, that is called bhakti. When a boy in love with the girl, he says, in life all that I want is this girl. That is called bhakti. It may not last, but that's what is called bhakti. This is all that is called my destination. And he says, if I don't get that destination, then my destination is Jamuna. Then he goes towards Jamuna ji. This is all committing suicide, this is all stupidity. Life is something very valuable. Some depression comes, so what? Before you get married, you must think. Because marriage is going to be a lot of tensions. Do I have the capacity to tolerate those tensions? If you think you can't, don't get married. Because when you commit suicide, then your wife also will jump off from the 7th floor or the 4th floor. It's all idiotic. Why should one commit suicide? Life is meant for knowing the truth. When you are married, tensions will be there. There is no tension-free relationship. Relationship by nature is full of tensions. जहाँ दो घड़ा होते हैं, खटखट होता रहता है. Therefore, bhakti does not mean just doing a bhajan. Bhakti means valuing both the creation and its source. Creation is temporary, the source is eternal. I use air temporarily. I use the sunlight temporarily. I use food temporarily. I use water temporarily. I use shelter temporarily. I use God's creation temporarily, not for eternity, but the source is eternal. That is my destination. My being is my destination. In this manner, think of Parameshwara as the destination. When you are traveling in the train is not the destination. Train is a means. Life is a means, not the destination. Life is the journey. Destination is Parameshwara, the self. I am using this term Parameshwara, meaning it is the Parameshwara that is there which is intimate. Man mana bhava mad bhaktaha. Have devotion. But Swamiji, what about bhajan and all that? People make noise without anything. It just all that you enjoy there is only the music part of bhajan, not the thought part of it. When somebody is singing classical bhajan, let us say, you go and do all that. What is it? Is it your bhakti? Just the music part of it. The music is so melodious. It's a melody that you enjoy, not the bhakti. Bhakti to bahut kam hai. Therefore, I should be able to silently pray to God with peaceful mind. That is bhakti. But singing, all the time, demonstrating that I too am a bhakta. One doesn't have to make noise. Bhakti is always silent. At 3 o'clock you don't have to get up and start doing harmonium. Why? Why do you want harmonium? People are sleeping, let them sleep. No, I am a bhakta. Hey, you are a bhakta, but they want to sleep. Mostly these bhaktas are very fanatical, I am telling you. Very fanatical. You can't talk to these bhaktas. Is it true, Swami? Yes. These mechanical bhaktas I mean. A bhakta, a real bhakta is one who is flexible. He doesn't disturb others. He is a bhakta. A person who has a devotion to God, he also is responsible enough not to disturb others. You don't have to have a loudspeaker to call to Bhagwan. Why? लोगों को इकट्ठा करने के लिए. Why do you want to kata? Why do you want to really collect all the people? That means what? It is not bhakti, it is all politics, religious politics. I want to demonstrate that my religion is bigger. These problems are there in this world, Ji. But Bhagavan says no. Devotion is silent. Devotion is silent. Silent prayer. When you have a great commitment to your children, you are committed to make your children happy. Is it noisy or silent? Silent. It's quiet in your heart, it is there. It's there in your heart. You don't announce to the world. You go about silently working for their happiness. Okay, Ji, Bhagavan says, think of me correctly, number one, and really understand that your destination is me. You can't have more valuable than the eternal. You can't have something more valuable than your inner Shanti. There can't be anything more valuable than your inner composure. Next Bhagavan says, Madhyaji Bhava. Always worship me. This is the third thing, Ji. Think of me correctly. Think of me as your destination and worship me. What is worshipping me? Worshipping means you do all your duties as a worship to God. That is called worship. Swamiji, what about going to the temple and every day? You don't have to do all that. You can know that. But then really, what is the use of going to the temple and then going to the office and picking up a fight? Say, be prayerful at workplace. If your duty is not a problem to you, your life is not a problem to you. If actions are done with a great attitude, if your duties can make you peaceful, then your life is making you peaceful. Therefore, worshipping God is nothing but doing your duties, fulfilling your responsibilities, and fulfilling your obligations as a prayer to God is what is called the act of worship. If you help a helpless person, that is act of worship. But while even helping, you say, God, this is my prayer to you. Say that and mean it. I tell you, you are great. If you can say this, God, this is my prayer to you, my silent prayer to you, guide me to the truth. If you can say this and also mean it, oh, you are hats off to you. Why do you say that, Swamiji? I know you can only say it, you can't mean it. You will say it loudly so that the others can hear. Gee. It is not easy to mean what you say. Only parents mean what they say to their children. That is the only realm where a lot of what you say you mean. You need absolute attachment to mean what you say. Instead of having attachment to God, you appreciate Him as your destination. It is much more than attachment. It is choiceless. Attachments are graphic. They can go up and down. But this fact that God is our destination, truth is our destination, is not graphic. It doesn't go up and down. It is ever the same. Therefore, do all your duties as a prayer to God. That is the real worship. It is not enough to simply say work is worship. Say duties are worship. Simply doing some work is no. Doing the duties which will help you and others. That is called a duty. You can always find out what is your duty. Anything that can help you and others is a duty. It's a karma. Even though you are a businessman, but supposing you do something else which will help you and all the family members, if you go to the kitchen and cook, that's a kind of a duty also, or it's a kind of a worship because it helps me and others. Anything that you do to help yourself and others is a prayer. And then do and say, God, this is my prayer to you. It is extremely valuable. It's almost like touching Bhagavan, the truth. First of all, it is a good deed. And the second thing is, you do it as a prayer. To do a good deed is easier, but to do that good deed as a prayer to God is very, it requires maturity. You can even say that, God, this is my prayer to you, but to mean it deeply in your heart. It's like the grandmother blesses the grandchild. She deeply feels her blessing because there is attachment. But in order to feel deeply the prayer to God, you don't require attachment. You require appreciation of the fact that God is our being. God is our being. Like the wave understands, the ocean is its being. I can't get out of the ocean. The wave can't get out of water. Similarly, a man cannot get out of. Madhyaji bhava. Next ji, mam namaskuru. Bhagavan says, मेरे को नमस्कार करो. हे भगवान. Bhagavan says, रोज हमको नमस्कार. Yes, nothing like it. अगर नमस्कार करना है, it should be done to the source of everything. I should always do that namaskar. Bhagavan says, patram pushpam phalam thoyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakthyupakritam ashnami yatatmanaha. Hey, you don't have to give me your diamonds. I am not interested in diamonds. Bhagavan says, I am not interested in your gold and diamonds. You better give it to the government so that it can use it for the people. Or you can just use it for... Translate your money into somebody's comfort. I think you will get heaven. The most difficult thing. But generally, instead of translating it into somebody's comfort, we just go and then put it in the Hundi Bhagavan. But we don't know whether they will translate it into somebody's comfort. Bhagavan knows. Because if you tell somebody, this is my money, please help somebody, there is no guarantee. Help should be done by you directly. You should monitor your help. Because unless you do it directly, there is no guarantee. पीठ पीछे क्या होता है किसी को मालूम नहीं है. Suppose you give lot of gold to a temple, please feed the poor. They will say, अभी तो पूरे हैं. Problem होती है जी. Therefore, you don't have to give wealth to God. Understand the value of divinity. You can best worship divinity in the form of doing the duty, in the form of being good to others. That is the best worship. In the form of being good to others. Good to your old parents. I know when they become old, they can be little funny. They can be senile, they become senile. They don't know how to talk also. Incoherent. Then you say, ये क्या मुसीबत है? Hey, they are still alive, understand. If you neglect them, they will be uncomfortable. And that discomfort they suffer. They have given you so much of comfort. You better work hard and make them comfortable. Is that not worshipping divinity? Yes, I think it is. Great worship. Therefore, you don't have to give much. Patra, just every morning you take one leaf and offer to him. Dekho ji, when you give something to somebody, he thanks so many times. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you are a Japanese, thank you. He's all the time doing like this, thank you, thank you, thank you. So grateful. If we give something to Bhagavan, when he becomes thankful, my God, your life is made. When Bhagavan says to you, thank you. This man, Sudama went and gave him just ek mutti chawal. Just one fistful of rice he gave him, and in return when Bhagavan thanked him, oh my God, he gave him everything. Therefore in the morning when you get up, when you get ready, don't take it, as a fashionable, don't take it, it is superstition and all that. No. Take a leaf and leave it in front of small statue in which you are worshipping God. That statue is not God, but I am using it. Put a tulsi leaf or any leaf, ji. Say, God, guide me towards my peace, my happiness, my growth, my understanding. Guide me in life. It's a most aesthetically appealing religious etiquette, most aesthetically appealing spiritual etiquette to give something to divinity. Why not? Offering. Patra, pushpa, a flower. वो भी नहीं स्वामी जी, बड़ा मुश्किल होता है पत्र को लाना, पुष्प को. Toyam, water. Just a drop of water. Or a fruit. A leaf, a flower, a fruit. And nothing is available. Just a drop of water. When you give it and then say to God, God, guide me. That is called namaskar. And now Bhagavan says, if you think of me correctly, if you look at me as the destination for every living being, and if you do all your duties as a worship to God, and if you offer me even a small thing with prayer, Mameva eshyasi. Can we just close it a little? Bhagavan has to be woken up, ji. But Bhagavan, how many times he goes to sleep? Hey Bhagavan, this is all publicizing Bhagavan. Anyway, everything maybe it has its value. We can't say anything. Then they will throw stones at me and they will say, don't come here. And therefore, we have to be a little careful, ji. While teaching Gita, we have to be careful. Yes. Mameva mujko hi eshasi you will reach. If you live a life of correctly thinking about the truth and correctly valuing it and doing your duties correctly, and if you are offering even a small thing in appreciation of the great value, even as a gratitude, God, I am getting, this air is given to you, given to me. This sunlight is given. The life is facilitated by you. If you did not facilitate my life, I would have been unmanifest. But the unmanifest state of an individuality is a stagnation. But when I take life, then I can move towards understanding. Therefore, God, you have facilitated my life. You are looking after me. And in gratitude, this leaf. This is also yours. What is it called? Tera tujhko arpan. Tera tujhko arpan. If you mean it, it's great. And even when you give something to somebody, repeat this and mean it. Tera tujhko arpan. ये आपका है, आपको ही जा रहा है. These attitudes, not only these are attitudes, these are facts also. Fundamentally looking at life, these are realities. Says when you live your life like this, mameva eshyasi, you will reach me. Why? Because the direction in which you think, you will travel in that direction. What you value gravitates you. What you cherish gravitates you. Means it pulls you. What you value pulls you. What you cherish pulls you. And what you pray to pulls you. When you pray to God, look upon God as the value. You don't have to pray Bhagavan. Don't make Bhagavan the means of wealth. You don't have to look upon Bhagavan as the ladder for wealth. Bhagavan himself is the wealth. God, you are the wealth. You are the wealth. Mame Vaishyasi, it's a very beautiful Ji. The direction in which you think you will travel. Mameva mujkohi eshyasi, you will reach Satyam in promise. Bhagavan says promise. Hey Bhagavan, Bhagavan says promise, Satyam. I am telling you the truth. Live with right thinking, you will reach the truth. Mameva eshyasi satyam te pratijane, I promise you. Why are you doing all this, Bhagavan, to me? Priyosime, because you are dear to me. Why you are attached to me? No. I am not attached to anybody. But I respect you because you are Arjuna, straightforward. You are in search of, you asked me the fundamental question in life. That is, I am confused about myself, you said. I am confused about life. You are receptive to the teaching, therefore you are dear to me. For a teacher who is dear, Ji, a receptive student. Who else? A receptive student is a joy for any teacher. Therefore, Bhagavan says, you are very dear to me, and therefore, you don't have to go into great technicalities of philosophy even. Just think of the truth correctly. Man mana bhava, mad bhaktaha. Don't think of any wealth as your destination. There is no, in God, in the creation, there is no destination. They only just give you something and let you down. Swamiji, my destination is America. Okay, you go to America. And now there are so much of terrorism going on, you will come back again to India. No, Swamiji, I will go to France. Of all the countries. You are going to France? मैं तो नहीं आऊंगा, आप जाओ. There is no destination in creation. Destination is that Having reached which, you don't have another destination. That is the destination. The eternal destination. Mame vaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. Therefore, sometimes what happens, supposing you are studying Vedanta, morning classes are there, we go into a lot of technicalities. Because I am a Sanskrit loving person, I am a very terse unfoldment loving person. Why I love? I don't know. Don't tell me don't love. No. I love all these difficult texts. But the students may find it little uncomfortable. Then you don't have to lose interest in the Shastram. You just follow this verse good enough. What is this verse? Just convert your lifestyle into a travel to the truth. Convert your life into a kind of a journey towards your inner peace. And what can help you in doing it is, understand there is no place in this world which is your destination. There is no wealth which is your destination. There is no person who is your destination. There is only your being that is your destination. That will give you vairagya. That will give you peace. My destination is myself. My inner, the peaceful aspect of my being. The fuller aspect of my being is my destination. The limited aspect of my being is not my destination. The fuller, the peaceful aspect of my being is my destination. So when you live your life in a sane manner, without getting into superstitions, without getting into sometimes you say, oh, I am tired of doing all this Vedic, this mantra, this Gita, now I will do something else. Hey, by changing is not the answer. Change is not the answer. When rigidity is the problem, then change is the answer. When ignorance is the problem, knowledge is the answer. When a man is too rigid, it becomes a problem. Then he has to change. If ignorance is the problem, I don't know what is what about myself, then I have to know. And that knowledge is taught in the scripture. Now just because I change from Gita to another book, it doesn't mean that is the answer. Because if you can leave the Bhagavad Gita, you can also leave that book after some time. It's like changing the restaurants. Today you go to Sagar, tomorrow you go to Sagar, then day after tomorrow you go to Sagar, then you get it's too boring, therefore let us go to somewhere else. That's why we have got so many restaurants in the city. Oh my God. That is why people don't even cook at home. Come evening and they are thinking of kahan jayenge. Bring all the menu cards. It's a big problem, ji. What to do in the evening? Don't think in a manner which can create boredom in life. Be steadfast about the right. Defy boredom. Defy boredom. Defy monotony. You see, if you are doing something right, why should you feel monotony? It's right, you should be happy. If it is good, it is good. Oh, every day going for a walk is monotonous. Say, do it, why not? Every day you eat, it's not monotonous. Every day one takes whiskey in the evening, he never says, I am bored with it. Let me take some milk. Does anybody think like that? I am very, very bored with this whiskey. Let me take some milk. Nobody thinks like this. Monotony is concocted. Boredom is concocted. It deserves to be defied. Human beings have intelligence, enough intelligence. Say no to boredom. Boredom leads to all kinds of vices. We can live just simple. Simplicity can give you better health. Exercises can give you better health. Sattvic food can give you better health. The good gives you the good. The bad cannot give you the good. Okay, Jane, therefore, if a person can't follow the technicalities, convert your lifestyle into a journey towards the truth. Then the last verse comes, this we will see in the next. Let us read it. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyah mokshayishyami ma shuchah. We'll take up this verse, around, say, the next class, because there is so much to talk on this verse. It is misunderstood. Renounce all dharma and come to me. Renounce all good and bad and come to me. Renounce all religions and come to me. These are all just extremist statements. What does Bhashyakara say in his Bhashya? Shankaracharya has explained very nicely. I'll try to give you the essence of it in the next class. Purnamadaha Purnavedam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om, Hari Om. Tell me. आप बताओ ना. Today is what? Wednesday. Tomorrow.